The stunning secret of Julian Assange and Obama's internet surrender to ICANN, and the world's most villainous woman, Hillary Clinton, who is running for President of the United States. As of October 1st, the internet is supposed to be turned over to the United Nations, from American ownership to the United Nations. Could it be because of the fact that they want to silence? Could this be because they wanted to silence Julian Assange and WikiLeaks because of his recent revelations, and especially because of what he claims he will be releasing, leaking, dumping up to the day of the American elections, November 8th? Julian Assange and WikiLeaks is dumping very informative facts concerning Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. And he has a very big similarity to a person who wanted to dump Obama's videos concerning his early life as a gay lover and coke habits. Of course, Andrew Breitbart in 2012 was aiming to discredit a sitting president at the time, who was running again for the presidency. Already here is that Hillary Clinton, the wife of a former president of the United States, is running for the US presidency. Now, Andrew Breitbart, his life was ended because he was poisoned, whereas Julian Assange is still alive and leaking information. Andrew Breitbart wanted to release damaging information concerning Barack Obama and how he manipulated mainstream media and Barack Obama's ties with William Ayers. We don't know that much about William Ayers except for the fact that he was Obama's very good friend and he had very strange political ideas, one of which was to kill 25 million Americans. So Obama's friend Ayers wanted to kill 25 million Americans. His longtime association with unrepentant Weather Underground terrorists Bill Ayers and Bernardine Dohrn caused the presidential candidate some serious political problems, and in spite of efforts by Obama's friends in the media to suppress, contain, or explain away the issue, more information about Ayers' Obama ties is continuing to come out. This was the article of October 2008. So in those recent weeks, websites posted text, audio, or video of an interview with Larry Grathwohl from the 1982 video documentary No Place to Hide, The Strategy and Tactics of Terrorists by the Western Goals Foundation. Working on the video, a researcher went on to discover some of the terrorist groups and other support networks. Larry Grathwohl was one of the experts and witnesses interviewed for the documentary. He had been undercover inside the Weather Underground and worked closely with Ayers and Dohrn and their fellow terrorists. And No Place to Hide, he explains that the weathermen actually believed that they would be successful in overthrowing the US government, and that with the help of the Cubans, Chinese, Russians, and North Vietnamese, they would occupy America. Americans would have to be re-educated, quote unquote, in camps. Here we remember the fact that Hillary Clinton wanted camps for adults. So Americans would have to be re-educated in camps, similar to what the communists did in Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and other countries they had taken over. And here's one of the chilling revelations Gary Grathwohl made in the film. Quote, I asked, well, what's going to happen to these people we can't re-educate that are die-hard capitalists? And the reply was that they'd have to be eliminated. And when I pursued this further, they estimated they would have to be eliminating 25 million people in these re-education centers. And when I say eliminated, I mean kill 25 million people. I want you to imagine sitting in a room with 25 people most of which have graduate degrees from Columbia and other well-known educational centers, and hear from them figuring out the logistics to eliminate 25 million people, and they were dead serious. After a decade of bombings and life on the run as a fugitive terrorist, Ayers decided to resurface. Due to technicalities, he got off scot-free and remains completely unrepentant, and is, among other things, was an avid fan of Venezuela's communist dictator Hugo Chavez, whose guest he has been more than once. In an interview with journalists David Horowitz and Peter Collier, who were comrades of his in SDS, Students for Democratic Society, have since converted to the right. Ayers exulted, "Guilty as hell, free as a bird. America is a great country." Isn't that something? In a 2001 New York Times interview, he said, "I don't regret setting bombs. I feel we didn't do enough." Coming to today, Ayers and his former SDS and Weather Underground comrades are now training a new generation of activists through New Students for Democratic Society, ACORN, and other militant leftist groups that are backing Barack Obama. This was information that Andrew Breitbart wished to disclose to the American people. And his life was cut short, and his leaks did not take place. The great similarities between Andrew Breitbart of 2012 and Julian Assange 2016 is that they both had evidence that was not known in the general public, evidence that was leaked to them that would have destroyed the chances of a running candidate to become United States president. Now, somebody got to Andrew Breitbart and ended his life by poisoning. And as for Julian Assange, who has asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, he is still alive, although various attempts have been made on his life, entering the Ecuadorian embassy. And the only thing valuable in there, of course, is Julian Assange. And Julian Assange's lawyer has already been murdered. Men have appeared on national television announcing that they had information that would bring down presidential candidates. And WikiLeaks, Julian Assange having information that would bring down Hillary Clinton, not only bring her down, but lock her up in prison, making her unfit to become President of the United States. So the Commander-in-Chief, President of the United States, declared that he was handing over internet addresses to the United Nations. Another stunning declaration by Clinton surrogate Bob Beckel, who back in 2010 called for the assassination of Julian Assange. And this, of course, confirms that they want him dead. On national television, saying a dead man can't leak stuff. Meantime, yes, the leaks are continuing, and they're devastating. Not only to Hillary, but also the Clinton Foundation and even Obama. Others as well, surrounding Hillary. I'll leave a link below for you for this.